Well, we did it. This is the final episode. How do you feel, Kermit?
Feels good.
I'm ready for the show.
Yeah, we had fun.
Alright, can we get this over with now?
Ah, come on, Kermit, you ruined the moment. Hello everybody, welcome back to ACR, Action Comedy Review. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing Kung Fu Hustle. Came out December 23rd, 2004, and was distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing. Grossed $102.8 million in the box office, and had a budget of $20 million. Main cast is Stephen Chow as Sing, Yuen Qiu as Landlady, Danny Chan Kwok-kwan as Brother Soom, and Bruce Leung as the Beast. The movie is 98 minutes long, which would be an hour 39, but also the movie isn't in English and it doesn't have subtitles, so please bear with me. I had to use Wikipedia for some things and I had to basically focus on the visuals, so if I get anything wrong, please don't get mad at me. The movie has an intro card, then we're introduced to the Iron Axes and Brother Soom. They kill some people, then it shows us some more people that they killed while they're dancing. Then it goes to Pigsty Alley, where we're introduced to a whole bunch of characters. But the main ones they focus on are Landlady, Landlord, and the Tailor. And I love these characters, they're great. And they're all enjoying life, as they usually do, until Sing and Bone show up and they act like they're part of the Iron Axes.
Is Bone a skeleton too?
No, he's not, Pablo. Were you even watching the movie?
I plead the fifth.
Sing tries to prove that he's strong and not to mess with him, but then he gets his butt kicked by Landlady, and then he throws a firework, signaling that he's going to alert the other Iron Axes, but that backfires when an actual group of Iron Axes show up. He talks to them and he tells them that it was the Landlady that did it, or it's somebody over there. But then the leader confronts some of them, but then he gets his butt kicked by the barber. He then calls for backup, and then just a crap ton of members show up with Soom. They start torturing people until Cooley starts fighting alongside Donut and the Tailor, forcing the Axes to retreat.
Imagine being named Donut.
It cuts to the Axe's hideout, and it turns out that Sing and Bone were kidnapped, and they're about to be killed, but then they escape, and they have approval from Soom to leave. Then we learn of Sing's past, where he bought a karate book off of this homeless dude, and then he tried beating up some bullies, because they were beating up a girl and trying to steal her lollipop, but then he gets beat up and pissed on.
Ah, such a lovely backstory.
In what way was that lovely? Then they steal some ice cream from an ice cream stand, and the ice cream lady seems important. Landlady evicts the three Kung Fu masters, while Sing and Bone show up again, and they try to kill the Landlady, but that fails because Sing gets all the knives caught in him, and then they get caught, and it just turns into this funny Roadrunner sketch, and I really love it. Sing's in pain, and he starts punching the pulpit and leaves a bunch of fist indents in it. Two men show up with a magical goose hang, and they were hired by Soom to kill the three Kung Fu masters at Pigsty. They succeed in killing two of them, but injure the last one. But then the landlords reveal that they're Kung Fu masters, and they kick the butts of the two dudes. Then they warn the Axes. And when the Landlady was revealed to be a Kung Fu master, master, a bunch of Pablos came out of the goose hang, and I just only thought of Pablo right there.
Oh, look, it's my family!
Then after that battle, Donut passes, and they all have a funeral for the three masters. Then it goes back to Sing and Bone, and they rob the ice cream lady, but then it's revealed that the ice cream lady was Fong from Sing's backstory, and she tries to give him the lollipop that she tried giving him in the flashback, but then Sing breaks it, and he runs off and gets brought to Brother Soom. He offers him to join the Axes if he can break out Beast, who's an assassin, and he frees him and brings him to the Axes base. They test out the Beast to see if he's what he actually is said to be, and he destroys half the casino, and then confronts the landlords.
No, not the casino!
They fight, and the Beast is almost bested, but then he tricks the landlords. Then they start holding each other down. Soom tries to get Sing to kill them, but that backfires because Sing hits Soom on the head and he starts bleeding. Then he decides to hit the Beast, but that does nothing, and the Beast breaks out of the hold, and he starts pummeling poor Sing into the ground. The landlord saves Sing, but then the Beast kills Soom, and he takes control of the Axes. The Beast starts looking for the landlords and Sing, but then it cuts to them, and Sing's all wrapped up in bandages, but then he starts bursting out of them. The Axes show up at Pigsty, and Sing takes care of the landlord's wounds. Then he comes out of the room with a new gi, and he starts beating the crap out of the fodder villains with his new powers.
Oh, I want super cool kung fu powers too!
Thank you, Pablo, very cool. Then comes the final confrontation with the Beast, and Sing starts beating Beast's butt. They have this freaking awesome fight, and then the Beast turns into a freaking frog and knocks Sing through a building. Hey Kermit, you're related or something?
Actually, shut up, you're not funny.
Not falling for the same trick again, he starts dodging all the attacks, and then he starts knocking back the rubble that the Beast's throwing at him. But then it goes down, and the Beast's at the bottom. Then he flings at him and knocks him into the air. But then, as Sing's up in the air, he hops on a bird, then flies up into the clouds and sees Buddha. And then he comes flying back down with, like, flaming hands, and unleashes this huge attack on the Beast, which rips his shirt off. And then the Beast tries to fight back, but then Sing does the same attack, but misses on purpose. And it makes this huge hand hole in the building, and it's really cool. And then Sing takes the flower pin that the Beast was trying to kill him with, takes out the pin, and then turns it into a flower, then spins it off, and it flies away. And then the Beast bows down because he accepted defeat. And it cuts to where the flower went, and Fong's there. Then she sees a bunch of kids with lollipops, so she walks over because there's a candy shop there. It turns out that Bone and Sing made a new candy shop, and Fong's really happy with what Sing did. Then they turn into kids and they walk into the store. And it sets up a sequel where this kid's eating his lollipop, and then the homeless man from the flashback has the same book that he gave Sing, but now he has more with different styles. And that's it for Kung Fu Hustle.
Yeah, that was actually a good movie. Even I liked it.
Let's see. I give Kung Fu Hustle 10 lollipops out of 10. I genuinely thought this was a really good movie. The cinematography, the acting, fight choreography, and literally just every aspect of the movie I loved. I just also have to say this, I loved the story and the characters too. Would I have preferred to have it in my own language? Yeah. But does it really need it? I don't think so. I think the movie's still enjoyable either way. Sure, some parts I would have preferred to understand, but I couldn't care less. I still enjoyed the movie. I thought it was pretty self-explanatory at some points as well. Now, don't get mad at me for this analogy, but I really thought this was like an anime. I really enjoyed the fights. There were some points in the movie that I just said, Okay, this is just an anime, but live action. But I sure as hell loved it. Some jokes definitely didn't land because of the language barrier, but I think that's fine because some jokes just won't hit sometimes. But I'm sure the movie's even funnier if you can understand it. And I highly recommend you watch this movie if you haven't. I thought a lot of the jokes were really funny, and I really liked the action in the movie. And I really mean what I'm about to say. I think this and Kung Pao are the best action comedy movies I've reviewed. Like, I changed my mind about what I said about Kung Pao. I think that was one of the best. I genuinely grew a love for it because I thought about it more and more, and it's really a piece of history. I know that's stupid saying that about Kung Pao because it's an extremely stupid movie, but I really love it. But anyways, that's just my opinion. Tell me what you think about the movie in the comments section below. Tell me if you've seen the movie or going to see it, you know, all that good stuff. And while you're down there, you might as well like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and follow me on my social media pages. Links in the description. But this doesn't mean the end. Well, for ACR it does. I'm sure I'll do some more content on this channel. Maybe post skits, funnier things, some secret projects maybe. But yeah, that's it. This was the final movie. I hope you enjoyed the last review and all my other reviews, and this was a nice, short journey, and I had fun.
Goodbye, everyone! I love you all!
See ya. It's finally over.
See ya, everyone.